It's August 16th, 2021. Linda before put on a movie that I sat down and I was watching in and out. I can't sit through whole movies, it's just too much. But it was called Love Letter, the last letter, something from your lover, or received from your lover, I don't know, something along those lines. The girl was not quite me, and the male was not quite you, but there was a semblance of reality in that Hollywood whatever. There was, I'm like, all right, so there's an Anthony O'Hare reference, being O-H-A-R-E. I was like, and again, I didn't watch the part where it referenced him, but I went down and I was speaking to Anthony Tiafrio, had a friend or a guy stop over from something called ZUCKERBERG, or Zucker, I don't know, Zuckerberg, that's a Facebook guy, right? I don't know. Anyway, so, this other guy was from an H, we'll just do it, H. Where Anthony went for drug abuse, but so which doesn't make sense in my world of where I belong, so we'll just go that Ant went there for one of his issues. So I explained to the guy from Zuckerberg and the H that stopped by since and NYPD rolled past, did a visual, that I was walking in with my umbrella. The guy was standing there, white guy. And I did explain to him the problem with my son being Anthony. I said, AFS and CPS both came by. Both of them I had a problem with. During the school year, they came and they just took my son's DNA, and he was targeted. He was the only one that was pulled out of classroom, brought to the nurse, and swabbed. They did not ask my permission. They did not give me results. They did not say why they did it. They did not have permission. But it was a dark-skinned gang. I was like, and then later on I told him about my father calling the ambulance on me, about that whole soiree of same-colored people that touched my son forcefully upon myself with stuff in a syringe that I don't know. And then I woke up hours later, naked and whatever, under a sheet, as if this is normal in New York. So now I told, and this guy's name was Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y. So that's what I chose to, see something, say something. It's a white guy. Closest fucking thing I can get in New York. There's not a lot of them. So now this mass swarm, I've heard the humans reference that when you have a beehive, all right, when you have honeybees, now forget the color of honey, it's totally irrelevant at this point, but when you're a white person and you have a beehive and you're considered tame like the honeybees, and you're just doing your honeybee thing in your home colony, and then there's something called an African beehive, which migrates north, usually. It then kills the entire honeybee original colony, and then it takes over the queen and the hive's job as if it was theirs originally, just moves right in, and then sets itself up as if it was a honeybee hive. Except if you go anywhere near them, they're incredibly aggressive. And they have been known to swarm and kill and not stop attacking humans. Now, relevance here, right? Okay, so I happen to be a kiddo that in Alien Process have a map right over where my finger is a really sexy Italian leg. With a boot, a toe, everything looks normal and natural right here, right? And then all of this, I was born, I told Linda before, I'm like, Lynn, here's how this one goes. Ready? I was like, see this? Originally, I was born with this sexy Italian leg. Oh, I was so excited when I first got here, Lynn. I was like, and since I've been here, I got one club foot Latin America, and I got one club foot being Africa, and now it's like a Frankenstein movement, Lynn. I was like, there's nothing sexy about this. There's no italics. There's no Italians. There's not like Iber to Siberia. I'm tall. Right, my little Soviet. I'm looking for my gorgeous Nazi, and he's tall. He's nowhere to be found in New York. What is that? I'm just curious. So, now Lynn's watching this show called Lying and Stealing. Oh, the symbolism that some of you throw into Hollywood. It is just off the rocker and off the rails. I still need what I need. I'm still one of the glorious pieces of really super importance at art dealers and artwork exchange. What I don't understand is what fucking takes you so long, and why do you cast and put in something like an Anthony O'Hare, who is known to be chronic reporter problem, which is what Anthony Tiafrio 1975 actually is. Like, there's lots of ways to skin a cat. There's lots of ways to explain things. I don't understand why not one of you all keep claiming that you got this great merit and you got all this stuff on the books. No, you fucking don't. You got some kind of merit roll call thing going on where you saved my life in some whatever schematic. But you have done way more harm in this whatever than good, I'll tell you that right now. Do you see the size of the attempt of one project to stabilize things? You see this other really poor attempt to try. They made them into the shapes of your clubs and your feet. And then one was like, I don't even got any time left. What's happening is there's one perfect boot. There's one perfect clubman with a really sexy Italian woman leg that he made himself with a delta triangle that looks like this. And I don't know, is that Sardinia? Is that Corsica? Which one is that one? Who the hell even knows? I don't know my italics. Let's see. It's Sicily. Great. So the triangle Sicily. So that's like the perfect. But then I see in all the movies, I mean, I got either like some form of like Lebanese like claim on, like sometimes they claim on Greece. Now they're claiming on Italy. I'm like, what you haven't gotten over this? Like, we haven't assigned identities yet because you gave me a foot. I need sexy woman leg for really handsome royal marriage. And you give me something that's shaped like Africa. And you're like, here, try that. And here's a Brazil club foot. Try to be sexy on those. What? We gave you a perfect example. The Italian boot. Sexy, small calf, like really, really nice. And what did humans prepare for my appearance and for my attempt at getting things back in a normal weather pattern? I got the most disgusting looking female stilts in the shape of an African continent and a Brazil continent, which couldn't even be walked upon if you wanted to. That is someone else's first attempt. You have stretched the virtual reality and action reality system so far past the point of safety, security, health, and welfare. You have stuffed so many exponents in and expenditures in that you were not prepared for and you're still not paying for. and everything else is being taxed in these horrific manners, and things are going, I mean, if you look at it, this looks like a donut, because the center of here right now has such a stretch on the bubble. It's like a balloon which had latex that was all congruent in symmetry at one point, but left in some form of a heat archive, it started to stretch a little bit and thin out in certain sections. That's what the mainframe system is experiencing right now, because you added in all these extras that just made it worse. And I know nobody likes to believe me, and everybody's punishing me for telling you the God's honest truth, but here we are. As I stumble and hobble around trying to explain this. The other thing is somewhere in the world it's important to my love and my betrothed. I am a gas, G-A-S, bubble, B-U-B-B-L-E, inside, included, in an inclusion, I-N-C-L-U-S-I-O-N, of an oil immersion, O-I-L-E-M-E-R-S-I-O-N. That is the way across multilingual, multi-complexion, whether it be inferiority complex, superiority complex, across multiple boards. They know I am one gas, G-A-S, and I am one important gas, stuck inside of an oil immersion microscope. That becomes more dangerous and harder by design, somebody else's design, to explain the longer this goes on without my full recovery and extraction. Just is. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. Excuse me, I'm in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361, in a elefante esse gris grandes, grey, gris.